Chapter 3. Welcome to the studio. As fast as Clayton could, he kept following the trail of the yellow truck, but as he was riding into the forest, another sign was ahead. Warning, tunnel ahead, do not enter, turn back, it said. Clayton thought it was just a sign that was made by Wilbur, who warned him not to go, but he ignored it and moved on. After a few drives, they finally made it to the mysterious tunnel. It wasn't any different Clayton has been through. It was just like any other old tunnel, only with an old vintage sign that still had that similar smiling demon again, just like the one in the theater. The truck went through, and so did Clayton. The echoes of the tunnel began to play with his mind. The echoes turned into voices and music. It was like time was going backwards as I go through. You could hear history speaking through the echoes along the music, like Michael Jackson's Beat It, Journey's Don't Stop Believing, Kenny Rogers' The Gambler, The Beatles' Hard Day's Night, Elvis Presley's Jailhouse Rock, the Andrews Sisters' Boogie Woogie Boy, Cab Calloway's Minnie the Moocher, and pianist James P. Johnson's The Charleston. Edward Norman. Interesting. So, this tunnel, when you went through it, you were actually time traveling backwards? How? Clayton. I don't know. I guess that's what that man was trying to tell me, that the tunnel was cursed. So anyways, I finally reached to the end of the tunnel, but something was different. Somehow my clothes has changed. I was wearing a black sweater with brown slacks. My shoes were made out of the finest leather. Not only my clothes, my electric trike was transformed into a two-wheel bike. I wasn't very good at driving a two-wheel bike at first. Clayton falls into the dirt road as he landed on his chin. Ow! What the heck's going on? Why is my trike a bike? Losing the truck, he gets back on the bike carefully. He starts pushing it with his feet like a scooter until he learned to balance himself. Clayton. Something was weird that day. I couldn't understand why, but it felt my dream was getting closer than ever once I got to that next hill. Edward Norman. This is fascinating. What else happened? Clayton. I drove more, and yet there was another sign, but this one was theatrically obvious. Clayton drives by a huge statue of Bendy with a stone sign that reads Joey True Studios. Dreams coming true since 1919. He continues to drive over to the next hill successfully and finally sees the studio from afar. Clayton, excited. At last! Joey True Studios! That crazy man must be daffy to think that this was a curse. Drives down, noticing the yellow truck started to park into the back. The studio was a bit smaller than Clayton suspected it to be, but the building was made out of the finest applewood. It was almost the size of a woodland cabin, just like home. Clayton, parking his bike on a bike rack, and locked it with a chain. There. Picks up his bags from the basket and looks at the studio in awe. Whoa. Looks at his new uniform. Well, at least I'll look good for the interview. Well, here goes nothing. As he walked up to it, he accidentally bumped into a young lady who was holding scripts in her hands. Oh, jeez! Clumsy me. Here, let me help you get these back, ma'am. Helps gather the pages. Mystery lady. Oh, it's all right. I tend to carry more than I could chew. Thank you. Clayton, finishing packing every script and gives it to the nice lady. There. There you go. All is right there. Whew. Whew. Mystery lady. Thanks. Hey, are you alright? Clayton, exhausted. I'm thriving. I traveled very far to get here. Mystery lady. Where from? Clayton. Texas. Mystery lady. Oh gosh, that far? Have you lost your mind? Clayton, jokes. Depends where I lost it. Can you help me find it? Hey. Mystery lady laughs. You're funny. Are you a comedian? Clayton. No, I'm a cartoonist. Mysterious lady. Really? I never seen you at the studio lately. Clayton. That's because I'm here to apply. Mystery lady. You must be very brave to come this far. What's your name? Clayton. Clayton Godfrey. And yours? Mystery lady. My name is Alison Pendle. Clayton. Nice to meet you, Miss Pendle. Shakes her hand gently. Edward Norman. Excited. My great giddy aunt! You met the great Alice Pendle? She's an amazing voice actress. I used to wonder who did all those lovely voices back then, until I figured out a few years later that it was her. She really is talented, as I remembered. Tell me, what was she like? Claytoon, doodling on his pad. Do you remember what Betty Boop looked like in the pictures? Edward Norman. Yeah? Claytoon. That's what she looked like. But very kind and very smart. Alison Pendle, walking towards the door. Are you hungry? Clayton, stomach growls. Oh. I guess it's pretty obvious. But wait, do I have to apply in order to eat in this place? Alison Pendle turns knob. Here at Joey Choo Studios, we take care of all kinds of people that are hurt or thriving, as you said. Opens the door, letting Clayton in. Inside was a long, welcoming hallway filled with posters of Bendy and Boris. They walked past the hallway into the crowded main room. Animators grabbing copies of paper, walking back and forth. It was a team of people walking and pacing around and thinking. As soon as they saw Miss Pendle, they waved politely, then continued pacing. Clayton, following Alison into the lunchroom. Boy, they work in a fast pace. Alison Pendle. Well, that's just the way it is in this old studio. The faster you work, the faster you can rest. They walked down the stairs and sat down to a nearby table. Alison Pendle. Oh, before I forget, I'll be right back. Goes to the closet and gets a can. Clayton, sitting and looking around in the room. Cool. The lunchroom was the most quietest place in the studio. There was a random worker playing with darts trying to hit the middle target. All the others was reading books. Alison Pendle comes back with a bowl and spoon. Here you go. It's bacon soup. It'll fill you right up. Clayton slurps it with a spoon, then picks up the bowl and chugs it. The slurping kinda disturbed the other workers as they were reading or trying to play darts. But then he was done. Ugh, that really hit the spot. Thank you, but you didn't have to make me anything. I mean, we just met. Alison Pendle. I know, but I was feeling generous today, and plus, I needed a break from my nosy voice director. He hates it when I'm not on time to get into my voice booth. Clayton. Voice booth? Alison Pendle. Oh, right. I forgot to mention that I am a voice actress. I voice Alice Angel. Poses next to a poster behind her of a picture of Alice Angel. Clayton. Wow. That must be a great job to have. Alison Pendle. Yeah. I don't visit often to voice her every day, unless I get a call from Mr. Drew himself. Clayton. Joey? As in Joey Drew? Alison Pendle. Why, yes. He's the master of creativity and progress. He's the face and founder of this studio. He's kind and acknowledgeable, and I think that he would be happy as a clam to let you join his animation team. Suddenly, yelling and screaming came from outside the lunchroom. A short man with a clipboard in his hand, wearing a beret and overalls, stomping across the hallway as he screams for Allison. George Dinkle, looking for Allison in anger and stress. Allison! Where are you? Tries to open each door, but they were all locked, until he can open the door to the lunchroom. Allison, where have you been? Your voice session started 5 minutes ago, and you're taking your break? Alison Pendle. First of all, your watch has been broken since you broke it out of anger yesterday. Secondly, I still have a few minutes left to make it. So don't get your overalls too tight just because your angel is fashionably on time. Kisses his nose. George Dinkle, embarrassed as everyone in the lunchroom laughs at him. He looks at his watch, seeing that it was broken. The glass was cracked, and the gears was falling out. Oh, I was meaning to get that fixed. Clears his throat and adjusts himself, and looked at the clock on the wall, then at Alice. Good eye, Miss Pendle. Well, have a nice day, and, don't be late. Walks out the door. Man, that was embarrassing. Alison Pendle laughs. Oh, George is something, but he still worries about me not being on time. I feel sorry for him. Maybe later I'll give him a flower to fit it on his shirt. But he's right. I better get back to work. Grabs her script. Nice meeting you, by the way, Mr. Godfrey. Maybe I'll see you later if you get the job. Just about to leave. Clayton. No problem. Wait! I don't know where Joey Drew is. Alison Pendle. Don't worry. I heard that today is pitching and career day. It starts at 1:30, so this is the only time that you can apply. But I think you need to take the elevator in order to get to him. Just follow the signs. Good luck. Clayton. Oh, wait. One more thing. What year is it? Alison Pendle. Are you kidding? It's 1925. Leaves. Clayton, flabbergasted. 1925? Sits in silence.